what's going on, guys? It's Coley Wooly here, and today I'm gonna be bringing you my guide for you level 4 to 5 players out there. Now, most of you aren't level 4 to 5, but for those of you who are, this video is made for you. And if you are a level 1 to 3 player, you can check out the video right here, and that will guide you for you very beginners. But if you're level 4 to 5, you're probably starting out. That still, you've probably been playing for, I guess, a couple weeks, and you're probably in Bone Pit or Barbarian Bowl, and maybe Pekka Playhouse. Most likely you shouldn't still be in Goblin Stadium. So yeah, and so in this guide, this is gonna start telling you like what deck you want to have, because unlike the level 1 through 3 deck, the card levels don't matter too much because everyone still has about like the same sort of level cards. They're not gonna have too much advantages. Although something I did forget to mention, the fact that epics until you're like about level 6, the epics are a lot stronger than the other cards, because a level 1 epic is the same as a level 6 common, which means epics are really strong in the beginning of the game. Like a level 1 skeleton army, the skeletons take 2 shots for a level 1 arena tower to kill because of that level advantage. I know it may not make sense to you guys, but just hear my word, and that just means that epics are somewhat strong until you get to that level. But it's hard to get them in return. So what you want to try and do is you want to try and start focusing on just one deck. And you don't have too many cards unlocked, and you don't have any legendaries available to get yet. So I just recommend just finding what cards fit for you, and try to look at cards that go well with each other. For example, if you want a deck that has a giant in it, you most likely want to pair it with something like a splash troop, like for example, maybe a witch, and if you don't have the witch, you could pair it with something like another splash unit. Like you could also have some spells, because giants can be taken out with swarms a lot, which means you'd want a good splash damage troop or spell. But also another thing that can take out giants, for example, Mini Pekka, because it has a lot of DPS, any high DPS troop really, which Mini Pekka is the most common down here. And you also probably might see Inferno Towers if you're high enough level, although they're in Pekka's playhouse, so you don't have to worry about them quite yet. But yeah, in this point you kind of gotta actually get a good deck, because what will happen is the upgrades will start getting more expensive, and if you keep trying to upgrade all your cards, you're gonna run out of gold, and you're just gonna waste gold on cards you end up not using. So when that happens, that really slows your game progress, and it doesn't make you as an efficient of a player. So yeah, as well as that, you also want to make sure that you have as many high level cards as possible, because the card levels start getting more important here. So you want to make sure that you use the cards that are highest level, but also cards that you're pretty like experienced with, because I'd say that the higher level cards with less experience, what you want to do is you just want to friendly battle your clanmates, and then just try your deck with them, and try to find one that's about the same like skill level as you. Although your cards will always be the same level as your clanmate in a friendly battle, because of the friendly rules. So there's no worries about levels there. But just keep practicing a deck you think looks good. And also, if you want, you can look at statsroyale.com. I'll link it in the description for good decks you can use, and you can also find one for what arena you're in. So So you could also use this even if you're not like a level 4 or 5 player. You can do this for almost anything. But also when you're only level 4 or 5, you don't have challenges yet, which means you're gonna not be able to do that yet. But what you will be able to do is play 2v2. So during the month of July right now, you will see the 2v2 button, which means if you're ever like not able to, like if you're worried about losing trophies, you can always 2v2 if you want chests. But now about chests. So currently the chests you have aren't like the best because you want to get to higher arenas so you have better chests. And currently you probably can't get legendaries either, but the best way to the best chest that's easiest to get is your crown chest. You want to make sure you're constantly getting crowns. And as I said with 2v2, if you're a little nervous to go into ladder matches because you don't want to risk losing trophies, just go into 2v2. You can even bring a friend of yours in if you want, or you can just do with a random teammate and random opponents. You can also do that. But yeah, it's a pretty good way if you want to get your crown chest. And 2v2 is also really fun, and it's typically easier to get 3 crowns in 2v2 than normal. So I'd really recommend you do that. And even though I said you can do 2v2, you also want to make sure you push as high as trophies as you can. Because still at the lower levels, experience is what really gets you a long way. Because most people down here are kind of still new to the game, so they don't know everything. Although you probably are past the point where people just plain fireball your towers. But yeah, and you'll also unlock some more cards. Although most of them I don't recommend you use, but there's some that you do want to use. And I'll probably link, or not link in the description, but just say in the description what cards that are in Bone Pit and Barbarian Bowl that I recommend you do. Or maybe I'll just throw together a good deck for you guys. But so I'll make sure to do that, so just check the description. But I'll also, again, and now I'm going to talk about something that's not really related to this real quick, but yeah. So you probably saw that I made my first intro last video, and what I'm going to be doing is sometimes my intros will be like a funny moment, and other times it'll just be my other intro, which you saw in last video. So yeah. And also, if you want to share me your funny clip, you can share it with me on my Twitter, and I'll definitely try and get you in. So, and I'll also try and edit it to make it a little more funny. But yeah, if you just submit it to me, I can put it in my intros. And I might even link you in the description. So yeah, now back to the final part of the guide. So I'm going to be talking about a trick to defend more easily. So when you defend, you want to make sure that you place the troop in the right spot. Because when you use a troop to defend, you don't always want to place it right in front of the troop that you're trying to hit. The only time you really do is when we're using a melee troop to counter a defense targeting troop, for example, a giant. As you saw as the P.E.K.K.A. in the replay was used to kill the Hog Rider, which is a good example of that. But besides that, you want to lure the troops to the center. And I'll link a video by Orange Juice on how to do this method. But if you learn this method, defending will be a lot easier. So just make sure you follow that. But yeah, this is going to wrap up the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on that notification bell if you want to know when I upload. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.